Our uniforms and your uniforms too. I'm a prisoner, you're a prisoner too, Mr. Jailer. I have fears, you have fears too. Hey, I will die, but you self go die too. Life is beautiful, don't you think so too, Mr. Jailer? I'm talking to you, Jailer. Stop calling me a prisoner. Let he who is without sin be the first to cast the stone, Mr. Jailer. Mr. Jailer. I hear my baby say, I wanna be the president. I want your money for my president. What you don't know, what you don't know, what you don't know. Jailer, Jailer, I'm talking to you, Jailer. Stop calling me a prisoner. And let he who is without sin be the first to cast the stone, Mr. Jailer. Mr. Jailer, Mr. Jailer.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Pearl.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bringing on their A game.
Thank you so much.
Ah,
Eh.
okay. All right. Okay.
I wanna leave my footprint on the sands of time. If there was something that I left behind. When I leave this world, I'll leave no regrets. Leave something to remember. I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted. It was more than I thought it would be. I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted. It was more than I thought it would be.
Amazing. No, and Pearl.
Thank you.
I can't tell you how much I love both of you. You're amazing.
That was amazing.
Hi, Thomas. Good
Thank
to go,
you.
girls. Calm, beautiful, sonorous. I can go on and on, but that's not what we do on Weekend Day. When we come here, we are ready to give you our A game. And so as we kick off a brand new day, let's dive into a topic that's on everyone's mind, and I'm talking about living a long and healthy life. We all have loved ones who have marked significant milestone birthdays, and of course, we ourselves are striving, working hard to make better life choices.
Indeed, and we already know that music definitely we add and promote our longevity. So what a good one. I'm imbibing that starting today. And from nutrition to fitness to mental wellness or stress management, there's often new information out there that we can explore and exploit to our best advantage so we can know how to improve our life's quality and promote longevity.
Oh, Nestle, it's very important we promote longevity. Around the world, people are breaking the age barrier and staying active, healthy, and vibrant into their 80s, into their 90s, and beyond. What exactly is the secret? What are they doing right?
And I even had the privilege of talking with one such a person, a 99-year-old. Wow, I can't wait for the world to see. Sees very well, hears very well, talks and walks unaided. But all that will be unveiled when the program kicks off. How to live long, how to live well, imbibing good nutrition, good sleep, relaxation, all this and more, only when you come on in to Weekend Deal today and join in the conversation. My name is Thelma Obazin.
So, whether you're 25 or 75, trust me when I say it's never too early or too late to make better choices. I am Patience Eloy Abba, and this is your favorite weekend show, Weekend Deal, coming to you from the network service of the NTA. We'll now join Zenret, the beautiful Zenret, for the AM News highlight. Hello and good morning to you, Zenret.
I haven't ever really found a place that I call home. I never stick around quite long enough to make it. I apologize for once again, I'm not in love. But it's not as if I mind if your heart ain't exactly breaking. It's just a thought. Oh, only a thought. If my life is for rent and I don't learn to buy it, well, I deserve nothing more than I get. 'Cause nothing I have is truly mine. If my life is for rent and I don't learn to buy it, well, I deserve nothing more than I get. 'Cause nothing I have is truly mine. Nothing I have is truly mine. 'Cause nothing I have is truly mine. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Go Nunu and Pearl.
Thank you.
Nunu and Pearl.
Amazing.
Oh my goodness, that was
Took us down memory
memory
lane.
lane.
You know, Patience, because that's the music, this kind of music impacted us growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Little wonder we're proponents of aging gracefully.
Oh, I mean,
With such beautiful renditions, we can hardly do otherwise, would you say?
I mean, that was cool. That was beautiful. I know that her voice has a way of calming, just making us remember in a very beautiful way, taking us back a memory lane. Okay. The World Health Organization states that every individual in the world has a right to live a long and healthy life. But the truth is that we know that there are so many factors that would affect how long and how healthy we live. What are these factors? If they are negative, how can we avert them? Well, our backgrounder by Francis Ogbe will be telling us more.
In many Nigerian communities, aging is revered, and elders are seen as custodians of tradition, wisdom, and history. Longevity is often associated with moral uprightness, divine reward, and a fulfilled life.
When we say longevity, it means the lifespan of an individual. So, and lifespan starts from birth till death. Even though in our environment, our life expectancy is low to the global average life expectancy. Like the global is now 3.3 years. But in Nigeria, we are still far below. We are 56 years. That's our average life expectancy. For females, it's like 55 years. For men, it's like 54 years, which is very low. In some cultures, they have like people from Hong Kong, China, they have a longer lifespan there, and average lifespan is about 80 years. So to in that context, their longevity start from 80 years.
A major contributor to longevity in Nigeria is diet.
There are some diets that improves health, and there are no diets that worsen health. Diets that are full of whole grains, they are full of fruits, vegetables, vitamin, minerals, and green, and they have less of sugars, that's artificial sugar, that are less processed, and they have less preservatives, are shown to prolong lifestyle. When we get to a certain age, there are some food that we should reduce, especially processed food, maybe fries, artificial sugars, drinks, all these carbonated drinks, alcohol intake should be reduced. And a very important part of eating is balanced diet. Any diet you want to eat, make sure that it has the necessary vitamin to support health, the necessary vitamin A, D, that is not just eating that is not balanced, protein to support the muscle mass and body building, to have enough of carbohydrates, have enough of vitamin, and by that you know that at least you are eating for a longer life.
In Nigeria, faith is a vital part of daily life. Many Nigerians attribute long life to divine protection and spiritual discipline.
Spirituality have a role in promoting the longevity, even though the role is not directly. Now, somebody who is passing through a difficult time, but because the person is a spiritual person, will believe that it will be over. Will believe that, okay, it's just for a while. It gives resilience. When you are growing older and you are losing your independence, some people feel bad and say, oh, why am I still alive? I know people who have enjoyed long life up to an extent that, oh, I cannot do anything for myself. Somebody is washing for me. Somebody is taking care of me. I feel I need to go now. Spiritual aspect, I'll tell you that don't take your life. God has kept you as a reason for keeping you.
In many Nigerian communities, especially rural areas, loneliness is rare. People live in tight-knit families or extended clans, with elders actively involved in the upbringing of children and communal decision-making. While longevity is generally celebrated, it is not without its challenges.
In Nigerian setting, we can say old age is a blessing. A lot of people wish for it. If you gather like 10 people and ask each of them, do you wish to live long? You will see that 9 out of that 10 will say, oh, I wish to live very long, to a long, fruitful old age in good health. So some of all these diseases that I associate with it, some people see it as a burden. That, oh, I don't wish to stay longer to be experiencing all these things. And also the loneliness associated with it. The children grows. They go and start their own family, leaving the parents alone. They are lonely, nobody to really talk to or be there for them again.
While modern science continues to search for solutions to aging, the secret to living long and well might not be in the laboratories, but in the wisdom of our elders, the warmth of our communities, and the simplicity of our ways. Our focus on Weekend Deal, therefore, will be on the secrets to living long and well.
You know, scientists have tried over and over to put graceful aging in some kind of form that we can all sip it, but so far they haven't succeeded. What everyone agrees is that a healthy nutrition, regular exercise, checking your mental health regularly and assiduously, staying calm, taking a vacation when necessary, are all components that can help you age well and live long. But let our next package from Joss tell us more in great detail. Joss, take it from here.
Aging is a natural process which inevitably occurs in human life. It leads to adapting social cycles and activities to meet physical and emotional needs, and also maintain a sense of self-esteem and belonging.
Social connection is the most important aspect of aging. In fact, it is one of the critical ingredients that prolongs one's life. By social connection, it actually means relationship with neighbors, relationship with your mates, and of course, for those who have children and grandchildren, it is relationship with all these connections, and that keeps life going for them.
In old age, number one, you are a kind of model to the younger generation, and therefore you have to kind of back up your actions with seriousness and commitment.
Aging gracefully is a multifaceted concept that encompasses natural part of life where individual can age with dignity, wisdom, fulfillment, and live a life that is meaningful and purposeful in the community.
By the grace of God, I am getting to 85 years. When I was growing, I remember in my university life, we went to an occasion. The lecturer selected me to head the occasion because he saw what is in me, that I can carry people along. So that idea alone helped me to carry people along. And that was why when we retired from NTA in 1999, I became the deputy president of Nigerian Television Authority Pensioners, all because of what I have done.
Staying physically active is crucial for healthy aging, as physical and mental well-being must be adopted routinely to keep fit and relate well.
My main objective of doing this exercise is for me to age without being assisted. What I don't want is assisted living.
Exercises that are suitable for people that are above 80 would be for them to physically be engaged in what they love doing. Probably allow them to do little things they can do at home. It could be moving around, trying to take one thing and just adjust the other thing. And if those that can walk, it can allow them to do little work, not very far away, because they too need to be monitored to avoid any accidental this.
Reading culture also plays a significant role in aging gracefully. It helps in cognitive reasoning and emotional well-being. The key to aging gracefully lies in the practice of grooming, pursuing passions and contributing positive to the community.
For the younger generation to live long, it is even religious that if you want to live long, respect your father and your mother. And in addition with the whole world, please be honest to yourself. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. In addition to respecting your parents. That will make you live long.
Aging gracefully is not just about old age, but also about cultivating a positive attitude, building resilience, and fostering meaningful relationship, which can impact an individual's quality of life.
It's a gift. Aging is a gift that we all pray we get and cherish and treasure. And it is in that light that I introduce our first guest, someone that, she walked into the studio and Thelma and I automatically fell in love with her. Given her age, she's graceful, she's beautiful, and of course contributed so much to humanity. And I'm talking about Professor Mary Nanwo-La. Let's see her profile.
an honor and a privilege to be with you here today on Weekend, talking about how to live well and age well too. Living well is one thing, aging well is something else. Then aging gracefully with dignity is such a blessing. Thank you for making the time.
Thank you.
Well, Prof is 90. That's another kind of... Wow, we
To
celebrate
God
you.
be
as
the
a
glory.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I said earlier, because I know that doctors, scientists, researchers are seeking ways to bottle good health in a way that you can age, you can be 90 just by sipping and you won't need to do any work. But so far they've been unsuccessful. Something tells me they may not succeed for many years to come. But you here are a living testimony that is not in one bottle. Tell us, what can we say is the reason or is the blessing that has brought you from the cradle to celebrate 90 amazing years on Mother Earth?
Let me get your name straight.
My name is Thelma.
Selma, all
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
Selma, thank you for that. First of all, let me say good morning to you, to all of us in the studio here, and to the nation, our dear nation. There are people in this country that truly are blessed. They could have lived 100 years, still be fruitful. But sometimes the environment doesn't seem to encourage much. If I narrate my experience at some hospitals in this country, I will know that even hospital care will not give you long life because you don't have the care or the kind of attention that will encourage you in the hospitals, in some of the hospitals. So to me, you can talk of anything under the earth. But I know one thing. My life has been documented here in this book. Life with my best friend. It makes all the difference. This best friend of mine is so close to me. Right from the day I was born to this date, I'm still with him.
God Almighty.
And he has really been close to me, giving me every encouragement in life. As a young child, I grew up with a parent that don't seem to believe in girls' education. They took me to school just to complete a primary 4 education. And when they saw that I could read the Bible very well, they said, oh, that's enough for you. You don't need anything more than this. Having tested education, I knew what it embraced. They were not aware. And you can't blame them, because all they see around is for the girls to get married. And if you are to get married to them, you are going to another family, not to them. They don't see the value of you remaining and wasting time in education while you will be going to another person's home. They can't see that. Their vision doesn't go beyond their little environment. But those that have been exposed to education, certainly they have seen more. From their exposure, they have seen that the world is a bigger sphere where you have a lot to explore and to do in it. One thing is that every single human being must know that he's been brought into this world for a purpose. Not just to come and eat and go. Who will do the cooking for you? Who will do the farming for you? Who will do the marketing for you? You have to learn yourself. You've been brought into this world with enough, shall I say, requirements to be yourself. You have the 10 fingers, you have 2 legs, you have everything that you require for survival. Therefore, Nigerians or all the children of this country must know that they should stop blaming other people for their failure. I have seen so many blaming. This man was the man standing in my way. This one was the one who didn't do this for me. You blame all your relation, you blame your parents, you blame everybody. If I were to do that, I wouldn't go anywhere. Because your heart is already grieved, and you, instead of you to think well, you think bad. And when you are thinking bad, nothing comes into you to make you do the good things. You will be involved in the wrong things. And there is a need for us for all our children that we are hoping will be the future leaders to remain focused, to know what they want, and to remain focused. If they have a good friend like mine, he will direct them, and he will be talking to them. They should listen to that friend of mine if they can imbibe him in their lives. And this friend of mine tells me what to do and what not to do. We talk. Wow. And I go to him like we're talking with you here.
Wow.
And he tells me what to do, and I obey. And since I'm obeying, he's also going with me smoothly, and we're enjoying life together. Well, remain focused. Stop looking at people. If you are going to see these television people, they didn't portray me well. That's not the only opportunity you have. You have a future. You must remain, see how you can put it right. Just be always on the side of victory, something that will pull you out as successful. Know that, because many don't know what is right or wrong. You want to get to the end successfully when you've not worked for it. Wow. You want to go and deprive other people of their effort so you can get. It doesn't work that way. Whether you kill somebody so that you get their properties, or whether you go to blackmail others so that you will be the only one, all this is not going to help you. What helps you is when you stand right, when you know what is right and you do the right thing.
Guided by your best friend.
Yes.
Well, so, Mommy, you're talking about best friend. Amazing. This is a master class. This is a life master class. I'm listening to you and I'm learning. I'm practically hanging to every word you say, because you see, it's okay for everybody to talk, but when you hear it from somebody who has lived the life,
that's right.
We are soaking in everything you're saying. Thank you so much, man. And when you say best friend, I just remember a Christian song way back. There's not a friend like a lowly Jesus. No, not one. Hey, no, not one.
Correct.
That is just what as you're talking, best friend, that's the song that's been playing in my head.
I learned one in Sunday school too.
Okay.
The best friend to have is
Jesus.
The best friend to have
is Jesus.
Oh, you know this best friend.
You every day. It's just we know the song.
Man, we're tracking you. We're right behind. We're tracking you.
Some of us grew up in Ekwa, and these songs were the songs we taught in Sunday school. Okay, while we are reminiscing.
All these have meaning. You are taught because this is what you need in life. And it guides you. It shows you the way. Even if you go off, it will bring you back to the path. And if you are moving like that, this, going with your best friend, my best friend, I cannot miss the way. When it comes to issue of education, I wanted to make a mistake. I kept saying this. Somehow when I used to see these nurses wearing their lovely uniform, in those days their uniforms were attractive. I wanted to wear one and be a nurse, but I didn't mean it. I wasn't a born nurse. So my principal saved the situation. She wrote my father to say, look, we saw Mary as a teacher, but she's not a nurse. Don't allow her to go for this training. And it helped me. See, that's because my best friend was checking on what I was doing.
Nice.
And if I'm in hospital, I hardly swallow my saliva.
So how can you have been a nurse? How could you have been a nurse?
But just by wearing the uniform. That's funny.
That's really interesting.
I now came back to where I belong, teaching.
Teaching.
And I enjoy that. Anywhere, if I see children, teaching starts. Whether you are my child or wherever I meet you.
Just like now.
You're teaching us.
Just
We are
like
learning.
No, but you're not children.
No, but we're learning. We are. I mean,
Children. We are your children.
And life is a learning curve anyway. We learn every day.
We learn every day.
We learn
Learning
every
never
day.
ends.
Learning never ends. So it's amazing to have you here. Okay, while we're still enjoying the euphoria of what we have learned, let's go to NTA Kitty. They're joining this conversation right about now.
The elders are also well respected within and outside their communities. While longevity is really a blessing, it also, more often than not, has its accompanying challenges too. For these nonagenarians, Pa John Ogungbuaro and Professor Olatunde Oluwasomi, their advanced age is interwoven with mixed feelings.
I don't regret anything. The only thing is that I was not happy that my wife left me so early at the age of 57. She left me about 20 years ago. That was the only period I became sad. But beside that, I'm happy that God created me and protected me and brought me to this level at the age of 91. I've been 91 in June this year.
My wife, my present wife, went to the altar with me at Tiromo. It was a very joyful day, a day to remember forever. And then there are moments of sorrow, as I said. My previous wife was also very nice, very good. And she died in my hands.
Could a particular lifestyle, attitude, or specific food be responsible for longevity?
One of the things that make me healthy is I eat natural food. I take plenty of vegetables. I take Kenya with pounded yam with vegetables.
I don't drink alcohol anyway. I usually take, in the morning I take 5. In the afternoon I take fruit. Then in the evening, at times I take pounded yam and then rice and beans.
While many under this age bracket sometimes appear to be a burden to the family and society, others are lucky and blessed with good health.
I'm lucky. A wife that really is devoted to me. I'm lucky. A job that I'm really devoted to. And in fact, this job keeps me busy.
I thank God that gave me the opportunity to start a school. Staying in the premises of the school makes me more lively. I relate with the children. You know, we were in the class the other some minutes ago. So I relate with the class teachers and even with the children. And at times I still help the teachers in the teaching system. Where I usually perform a micro teaching, not full teaching.
In a society where cultural preservations are fading and family values being eroded, having the blessing of this set of people around us has the potential for informed guidance and advice to the society and sustaining family ties.
Wow. Wow. You know, we are opening so many interesting and intriguing doors right here behind the scenes. And you'll get to see another amazing person in just a few seconds. I know there is music, but would you like to meet our guest? She just told us she's 78 years. Wow. She is Princess Gloria Iweka. OON. She's an educationist and a healthy living advocate. But there's more when we get to see her profile. And of course, we'll have the privilege of getting to meet her. She's here.
You're welcome to our show, Princess.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay, we're in an age where, especially in Nigeria, and they tell us the age expectancy, life expectancy is quite low. When I hear it most times, I almost get depressed. I'm like, why should it be that way? And then seeing both of you on the show just opens us up for possibilities. We are excited, we are happy. Can you tell us, what is your secret? I'm going straight to that. What is the secret of this longevity, looking beautiful at 78 and after having 8 children? I mean,
it must be the state of the inner being, how you are deep within you. I'm somebody who I do not resist experiencing. Even when a strong, hard experience comes, I accept it. I don't fight it.
wow.
I take it as something that comes to teach me and move me higher if I overcome. And you overcome by accepting responsibility. After all, the Almighty Father is just, and he would never allow anything that will not bring me benefit to come to me. Otherwise, it is not just. And so because I have that, I see every life experiencing as a lesson that is moving me closer to paradise, because this is not my home. So I stay happy all the time, and I have a very gentle heart. You know, I have very gentle heart, and I don't, so it must be that. And actually, I also, by nature, I don't hunger after what I don't have.
Wow.
Yes.
That's deep.
That's a phenomenal lesson.
Yes, I am, it's what I have that I am satisfied
You have
with.
contentment.
I have contentment, yes.
Wow.
And so I think that is the most important thing for longevity. That is to have a contented inner life, peace, and joy, you know, and trust in the Almighty Father, that he knows that, and he will only send you what is of best benefit to you. Yes.
Wow, good one, good one. I will talk to, thank you, Princess Gloria. Let me come to Her Excellency. I don't know, Nigerians, if you know, this is the former First Lady of Plateau State. Madam, I'm seeing there's a synergy in your leanings. You have told us of your best friend, God Almighty. She has also attributed longevity to God Almighty. She has talked about peace. You have also aligned with that. As in, you aligned yours with purpose, knowing who you are, that you have a place here. And it's bringing us, you know, it's making things quite easy for us, because for a long time, we've all thought it was only about eating healthy, regular exercise, socializing, but it's a whole new gamut, because we are taught that you should just aspire. Where you are now is just a temporary position. Aspire for more. Family needs more. Your friends need more. Ashwebi is coming, you will buy. You need to buy new shoes. You need to do your hair. Women are constantly looking how to get a lot so they can acquire and ensure that everybody is happy with oftentimes physical things. But now we're learning that's not the case. But food is critical, isn't it? Tell us about your diet. About your diet. How have you kept your diet to the point that you are 90 now and still walking gracefully and looking good?
Well, diet is part of it. You're right. I just don't eat anything that I see. Like fried food, I avoid. I don't enjoy fried food at all. After all, it even gives me ulcer. So I don't like fried food. I eat boiled food. And I avoid a lot of oil. I do eat a lot of vegetables and fruits. And usually eating that, you can even, if you don't eat it well, like you just get it anyhow and you put it in your mouth, you don't care for the hygienic part of it, you still get yourself into trouble. So I do take time to ensure that what I'm eating is free of germs, so that I don't have to suffer all this stomach ache and running stomach, all that. But I want to say that is only a fraction.
A fraction.
What is most important is when you have peace in your heart, and especially when you don't have anybody that you think evil of. If your heart is free of this wickedness that we are witnessing in some parts, you don't have that. But joy, you rejoice in your own achievement, then you work towards that. For instance, even like in our equivalent to Girls Guide, the Girls Brigade, and you know, we do a lot of exercise, we do all kinds of games, and you find that some games, some girls cannot achieve it, and when you have practiced and achieved, you rejoice.
Yes.
And all these things that you are getting well and you are enjoying it at that time will be what you will enjoy in old age. You are storing goodness for yourself, because when you cannot do it again, you remember. I remember I climbed Mount Cameroon with seven other girls right to the summit, and I remember that at that time we were praised highly, that this is the first time the African girls went up to the summit of the Mount Cameroon. It's about 13,000 something feet.
Wow!
And,
how many hours did it take you?
Days, you mean?
Days?
We took 2 days.
Lord have mercy.
Well, 1.5 days to be more exact.
Hey.
And we enjoyed it. And this is what I recall now in memory, and it makes me happy, because you have limitations of what you can do now. But what you've done already reminds you of the joy of what you are doing in this world. You've not come just to eat and go. You've come for a purpose, as I said.
Yes.
And you seek for that purpose from the one who brought you. Because you have not brought yourself into the world. Someone brought you for a purpose. And when you can fulfill that purpose, you are going back to the owner again. The one that brought you into the world is taking you back home. And you will report. And therefore, you have to live as you are temporary, as my sister here said. We are temporarily in this world. We are not, you can't go on spending all your time looking for fashion, looking for this. Oh yes, it's good. You see,
but don't bend over backwards.
That should not be a priority.
A priority for you.
You should know what your priorities in life are.
Amazing.
And that is what you need to focus on. And therefore, you will consider important decision to be taken by you and that one that created you. Because if you make a mistake in marriage, for instance, you can never get things right. Something will go wrong that you can continue marrying several wives and still not get it. You can even...
There is several wives,
you can even do whatever you want to do and still not get it. But once you got it right, remain focused. That is what you are here on earth for. Be an example. Stand out for the one that brought you. After all, the whole duty of man is to recognize his God and obey him. Obey him in everything.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, Mama.
Thank you, Mama.
Somebody wrote us, we are going on break. Before we go, I want to read this message. He said, hi, I am Chidima from Enugu. It's Weekend Deal is my best program. Happy to see our beautiful mummies who are always, the anchors. Happy to see you, our former First Lady of Plateau State. I am inspired by what you have said and what you have done for our beautiful children and the future generation. And to you, my sister, singing, I think, Nunu, that's you. Your voice is everything. And with that, we go on a break. We'll be right back. The conversation is just starting. Mama and Princess are here to guide us. It's your favorite. Let's go to break.
That's the guy. we made it. Look how far we've come, my baby. We might have took the long way. They said we'd get there somewhere. They said, I bet we'll never make it. Look at us holding on. Still together, still going strong. Still the one, you're still the one I run to. The only one I belong to. Still the one I run is goodbye. Still the one I run to. The only one I run to. Still the one I kiss goodnight. Looks like we made it. Look how far we've come, my baby.
I'm so glad we're making it. You know, Patience, you know, this aging gracefully with dignity and with purpose is contagious. So
Yes,
I'm feeling it too.
Mommy,
I'm marking present.
Mama.
Hey, Mama, I'm marking present. Princess Gloria, I'm marking present.
Yes,
Mommy, I'm marking present.
Thank you.
Oh, we're marking present. You know, it is well with us too. And with you, who is watching, enjoying, and learning. And of course, with our fantastic female duo. You know, it's an all-female team today. Wow. Wow. Nunu and Pearl have reminded us, you know, they are so glad that we are all making it together. You know, mommies are ahead. We are next. These ones are at the bottom. So listen, know, and learn. Longevity, you know, is grace, you know, and we can deal with dignity. Well, Magdalene has been busy too. She keyed into this discussion and decided to focus on the ties that bind. You know, we've heard some age-long secrets that even researchers are still tweaking, looking for how to find out the exact way that we can all live long. Get to 78, get to 90. So Maggie, what did you find out there?
According to research, the relationship between grandparents and grandchildren can never be overemphasized, for it is the most treasured bond of life. Many observed that grannies offer emotional support as their presence brings comfort, blessing, and wisdom that helps guide the younger generation. Experts also believe that they are mentors, storytellers,
where to succeed,
and keepers of tradition and cultures for the younger ones.
Tell us a story.
You are welcome. What is the story you want to hear from me? So that I will start from. In my language, they call it Abadere. So that is the name of the girl. The miracle baby that was born inside the sea. She was called Abadere. And what happened to that baby? When she was about 6 months old and was playing, as you people are playing like this, all of a sudden, an elephant came from the bush. Hunters were not around. As the baby was creeping, the elephant came, carried the baby with tucks. Twist that baby, carried the baby away.
I like Grandma because she's kind to me and my siblings. And she always tells us interesting stories, and I learn many things from there. It's good to obey God. It's good to hear what God is saying. And it's good to believe in God. Trust in Him.
National Population Commission also revealed that many older adults prefer to live in age-restricted communities. Consequently, there are growing calls for the government to provide basic amenities for the elderly. Remember that the bond of the elderly amongst the young ones always brings joy and memories.
Shop now. People are back from school. You are welcome. How was school today?
That indeed is the joy of life. Being able to, your grandchildren around your table. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to get there. Okay. Amen, 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 amen. Oh, really? Honestly, because the children we just gave birth to yesterday, today they are big boys and girls. I'm looking at them. You were lying on my chest just yesterday, so I believe when you said sooner than later. Okay, talk to us, Princess Gloria. These days, women are big on skincare. We don't want to age what we eat. Tell me your secret. I mean, for a 78, I would say, girl, you look good.
Well, really and truly, I've never been a skin, I've never, you know, right now I mix, I get to ori. That is
shea butter.
Shea butter. I mix it with coconut oil and castor oil and very thin. And my niece made me start putting vitamin C and E. And so that's what I use. I don't use any other thing. But I think again it is from inside, is what you eat. One thing we all talk about God and believing in him, but we forget that we relate to him only through his work. Life, creation, nature, natural things. I think that is where we deviated. Okay. You know, I've always been, I don't know how many years ago I last ate bread.
Wow.
I don't take bread. I don't take milk. I don't take Maggi. They don't even buy it in my house. So
what do you eat in place of Maggi? Please, that's the one I'm interested in. What do you eat?
I use ori. I use ogiri. I use onions and pepper. I use, I have herb garden in my house. So I have mint. I have, you know, chuang, that is scent leaf, you know. So these are the things. I don't buy Lipton tea because I put every morning, I take lemon and moringa as tea. And then I take turmeric, ginger. All of us know about it, but I do it religiously, and I've done it for so many years. And I think that is really the secret of good health, because you are actually going to God's pharmacy.
Wow.
You know?
Amazing.
You are not, but we prefer artificial things. Like people prefer artificial flowers instead of natural ones. But the Almighty Father has purpose. You know, that is, there is nothing superfluous. Everything he does has a purpose. And we are actually kind of the center. Everything he gives us are things that are useful to us. And if we want to longevity, we have to go close to nature.
Wow.
And that is what perhaps, you know, because I don't know any other thing I do.
Wow.
I don't do skincare. I don't do all these things. I'm actually, if you see me in my house, I don't even wear a shoe. I'm just, you know, I don't do anything. When I see, I have some my people close to me, I see, they may be, I make up now. I make up. I make up because I have a niece that likes makeup.
Okay.
She anytime I want to go out, and to sit down.
Sit down, let me do this thing for
Okay,
you.
so once in a while she'll,
You know, but I don't believe that is where it comes from.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe it's in natural
What you
food.
put
And nature is the work of the Almighty Father.
Indeed.
And therefore it must be the best, including food. The food we eat.
So most
You know,
important.
I don't take all these. You won't ever come to my house and see I don't buy minerals. I don't buy beer. I don't buy anything. But if I have visitors, I can send and they'll buy them. But you won't open my fridge and see Coke and Fanta. So I don't take them. For years, I don't.
But at the time you did.
At a time
Perhaps
I
in
did.
your 50s.
Yes, when I was, no, by 50s I was already doing this. Yes, maybe in my 30s and 40s I was.
So you stopped
doing that.
intentionally?
Yes, because there was a time, I am a cancer survivor.
Wow!
Yes. Yes. So I had a tumor on my thyroid and my left breast.
What?
But that was when I went completely natural. I stopped, I became a total vegetarian. Anything that has a face, I didn't eat it. Anything that is either any artificial thing, anything that is packaged, anything that is processed, you know, I
So no
stopped.
meat?
At that time, I was not taking meat at that time, but I do now.
Now?
Yes,
Once
for
in a while?
about 5 years.
Okay.
But within 6 months of going total vegetarian, and maybe 75% raw, I was just blending and eating, you know, vegetables and then fruits a little, and then nuts and seed, but no protein. That was what I did. And 6 months later, the tumor has shrunk and was not active anymore till today.
Amazing.
Yes, till
Wow.
today. I go
Did somebody
regularly
tell you
too.
to do that? Or you
Yes,
just
a
deduced
friend
that?
of mine, I read a book
Okay.
called Chinese Studies.
Okay.
Chinese Studies. It's a book that was commissioned by one of the Chinese presidents, I think Chu Enlai or something.
Okay.
He had cancer, and then he commissioned research for people to find out. And he died, but they continued the research for about 30 years. And in that, they came to discover that it is what we eat. That if cancer, for example, is a living cell, living organism, the cells are alive. If you starve it of what keeps it alive,
will shrink and die.
it dies. Just like if you stop eating, however healthy you are, if you are starved, you die. So if people have cancer, they should stop eating what cancer needs. For example, alkaline environments, cancer doesn't want it. Cancer thrives on sugar and lipids and fats and sugar.
Wow.
So if you cut off meat and carbohydrates and focus for just a short while
on natural
maybe
vegetables,
6 weeks,
fruits.
1 month,
Wow.
3 months, it will die from starvation.
Interesting.
Starvation. And new research has come in now to show that some people now do, for example, I just finished my second 100-hour water fast.
Yeah, heard of it.
100-hour water fast. If you do that, you are not, the body is now getting, is no more getting the glucose, the sugar it needs for energy. And so it begins to eat all the weak cells, the damaged cells, eat up all the tumors and things, because to get energy, they call it autophagy.
100 hours.
And yes,
That's 4 days.
4 days
Just
and
over
4
4
hours.
days.
Just drinking water.
Wow.
Water, and you have to make sure your electrolytes. So maybe salt,
Okay.
especially pink salt, natural salt, not sodium chloride.
Okay, so water and a smile.
Yes, and then
Water and a smile.
yes, you can take your tea, green teas,
Okay.
and so on.
But no solids.
But
Wow.
no solids, no
Okay.
Don't get any
Okay.
sugar into your
Okay.
system. And carbohydrate turns. If you do it, some of my friends that have joined me to do it, you find that even if you all these pains,
Arthritis or anything,
they
it
just
disappears.
vanish. They vanish.
Wow.
Your body reboots itself. You know, your immune system.
Lord help me! Lord help me!
When we're younger, we could do, we went from 24 hours to 3 days fast.
Yes.
When some of us tried it like last year, this year, we're fainting. So the one you're telling us to do 4 days of water, but
it's worth it.
We're going to do
No,
it.
you must do your, make sure your electrolytes. Instead, buy ORT and keep it by your side,
one.
or be sipping it.
Yes.
So that you don't have it, because
a good thing doesn't become a bad thing.
Yes.
Did she say rice?
No, ORT.
ORT,
Yes. Yeah.
So make sure. Yes, but if you don't eat for 4 days or 5 days,
I mean, so I'll be as pretty as you,
You'll be shocked. Even your skin will, anything that
rejuvenated,
everything, because your immune system is rebooted. Then there are so many other things, the scientific things.
All good things.
You
Okay.
know, all good things.
Okay, good one, good
Yes.
one. Patience, we will we will take notes.
No, I'm taking notes.
And Mommy will come to you to talk about your ambassadorial position. But Patience, I was telling you that during the week, courtesy our director of programs, Hajia Saudat, she was able to reach out to an elder statesman and get us a small window, real small window to have a chat. In fact, the interview got postponed initially, and eventually they said, okay, the wife called her quickly, and we had to run in. And she called that morning. He said, Daddy has 1 hour. Can you fly here? So the producer, Talatu, the driver, Thelma, we flew by helicopter to arrive at Palm City because they said, come now.
Okay.
It is now or never.
Okay.
Alhaji Tanko Yakosai will be 100 years this year in December.
100?
And,
100?
yes. Courtesy his wife, Hajia Miriam, we had the privilege of having a short discussion with him. But that's his birthday. Hajia tells us that this birthday was 2 years ago or so. You see his family there and all of that. Yes.
That was like 98?
Yes, I think that's 98 or 97.
97.
Yes. But guess what? He walked in for the interview unaided.
Just like our mama
And he sees. He only told me, he kept calling me Chioma, Chioma. He says, I watch NTA and I like NTA, but he says our newscasters and reporters should be more in-depth in their research. And that's the really advantage international broadcasters have over us. He said he loves NTA.
Okay.
He could see. Okay, if that interview is ready, perhaps we could see it.
Okay.
Alhaji Tanko Yakosai, it is indeed an honor and a privilege to have this time with you. When we talk about longevity, you are one prime example. Is there a secret?
I think two things. And the two can be combined together as nature. My parents, father died at 100 and something, I can't remember precisely, but over 100 years. And he's older than my mother by 7 years, I'm sorry. So both my parents have the privilege of living long, nearly 100 years each. One is a little over 100, one is less than 100. And thanks be to God, throughout my life, I was only hospitalized once.
That's quite interesting. But tell us, how do you think it built up to who you are today? Were you disciplined in the way you eat and the kind of life that you lived? Perhaps we can emulate the lifestyle that you imbibed over time.
In terms of what I eat, I stick to traditional meals, house of traditional meals. I rarely use English meals, except when I'm invited for something and so on. But normally in my house, or in Nigeria, or when I'm at home, I take traditional, house of traditional food most of my time.
What about exercise?
I don't do exercise. I don't do any exercise. I just wake up in the morning, go say my prayers, have my breakfast, my day has started. And I'll continue until it is time for me to go to bed. That is what I do even today. I think consistency in method of my lifestyle, if anything, can be something that can be taken into consideration
What gives you joy at this age? What makes you excited? Do you make phone calls? How do you spend time with your children and family?
I have a lot of time I spend watching TV, particularly news, international, not local news, international, see how the world is developing and so on and so forth. This is something that is of interest to me for a very, very long time. And I still do it. I watch TV. I also sometimes listen to radio news. I prefer watching TV nowadays because I will see things clearly and have a real impression of what is happening.
What qualities do you think stood you out at an early age that got you being appointed a commissioner as early as 40?
I've been an activist. And I had a lot of friends in Nigeria who are activists like myself. Now, in the process, there was also the ideological issues. You have people who are inclined to capitalism, some more to socialism, some even to higher communism. And I took interest because when I was learning in Arabic, I concentrated myself in learning the text of Arabic. So it will give you what it means to be present tense, future tense, and so on. So after realizing that in Arabic, when I decided to learn English, and after learning the words and the construction, I decided to understand the grammar. So I applied the technique of Arabic grammar to understand English grammar, past, present, and future tense in English.
Many are talking about a great Nigeria. We know indeed we are the giant of the continent. But in your younger days, when activism found you and then politics, was this what you envisaged for a great country, Nigeria? Would you say Nigeria has arrived?
I think we are somewhere. We may not be there yet, but we are far, far somewhere. Well, we are great, but any nation that became great is still working, is still trying, making effort. United States, Russia, Britain, and so they are great, but they are still aiming higher. This is what we need, and this is what we have been doing in Nigeria. We are trying, no doubt about it. It is a blessing that we have different type of ethnic group in Nigeria. That we have the Hausas, we have the Igbos, we have the Yorubas, we have the Shekiris, and the rest of them. Now, each one of them has something that he can teach to the other. So we are the teachers of ourselves. We teach ourselves. The Hausa people teach Yorubas, the Yorubas teach Igbos, the Igbos. So we are improving our knowledge through interaction between one ethnic group and the other. Yeah.
What would you like to be remembered for? What legacy do you think you have enshrined in Nigeria that they will say, yes, it was because of Alhaji Tanko Yekesai that such and such and such and such a thing is happening today?
Resolve. Resolve means determination. Don't feel discouraged. Be determined. Try, fail, try again. Fail again, try again. You will succeed. So this is what I did. I learn. If I understand that I have not learned enough, then I try again. Then I try again until I'm able to be sure that I've learned enough. Hard work is not enough, but determination that you are going to work hard to achieve what you want to achieve. You can make hard work without a determination. You will not succeed. But when you have the determination that you want to achieve something and you are determined to achieve it, and you will not be satisfied until you achieve it, that will make the wonderful thing that you may not know that you will be able to do.
Seeing Baba there, I'm further inspired. I mean, almost 100 years old, and he has his speech, his sight, he's working, he's remembering everything. That's amazing. Now joining the conversation is NTA Enugu, home or institution, which is better for our elderly ones. Take it away.
Stretch out. Old age is a privilege and a blessing, and the wish of most people to get to the ripe age of being an elderly person in society. This same old age that is considered a blessing might become a curse if the living conditions of the aged is compromised. In Nigeria, aged parents live with their nuclear or extended family members, creating warmth, care, and emotional support for the aged parents. This norm, however, is gradually being replaced by the present generation who are more in tune with Western culture of placing parents in the old people's home where the aged are cared for by professional caregivers who are not relatives.
Most elders want to remain either in their places or with their children to reflect on the best things that happened to them in their ages when they were young.
Culturally, especially in Igbo land and Nigeria, everybody wants to take care of his family member.
But when the aged person is within an area where he or she is familiar with, it gives her more longevity.
Staying alone don't used to be good for her. You prefer her staying with her family. At least sometimes you make her happy, you make her laugh. And I would say that I'm the one that understands her very well.
This is the JCE Memorial Home in Enugu, Nigeria, modeled to provide a conducive, safe and comfortable haven for the elderly. How well have they fared given the peculiarity of Nigerians' cultural context about the elderly? And they stretch it.
Some of them are left with carers in the village, and these carers don't actually take proper care of them. We call them residents because we believe that this is a home away from home, that their needs, their rights, they are valued. We stay with them even if they're on admission for 1 week, we are always there.
At the point of admission or coming in, we do a medical check to ascertain their medical condition. Some of them are hypertensive, some of them are diabetic, some of them have some mental challenges. And when we note these things, we have the facilities on ground. We have a good nutritional department that provide food specific to them.
We touch them to make them happy. At times they go emotional. Some of them might just burst into tears. We huddle them.
For some people, the professionalism in the old people's home is the best, while for others, the warmth, love and care of the family is all that matters.
I feel very, very happy. They feed us very, very well. We bath very well. When I came here, I was very fat. They came and carried me up from ground to up, but now I can do everything comfortable for myself.
We are in the era where care for the elderly should be one of our priorities as a country. So if our nation should actually look into these areas and factor them into the primary health care. And as a facility, we've also liaised with the National Health Insurance Scheme to see that these our residents are being actually register with the National Health Insurance Scheme so as to be able to fund their hospital bills.
We encourage that family members should come in from time to time at their convenience and see their people.
Whichever one that suits, the bottom line is providing good care for the aged, as both options have their pros and cons, and the fusion of the care at home and the professionalism of the old people's home can provide the best of both worlds.
Well, Enugu, that's another dimension, to aging gracefully, because for us in Nigeria, what we are used to is having our grandparents, elderly parents live with us. I don't know how modern sophistication is taking us that route, but we'll talk about that. I've been told to join Godwin now for Sports Summit. It tells you now out there watching we're at the peak of our package. Godwin, it's Sports Summit with a medical doctor. What's the focus? Please tell us.
Indeed, God bless Nigeria. Professor La, my mommy, we are coming back to you. We saw that report where they say they're talking about old people staying at home or staying in an institution. Could you think it's better for our mamas? Do you rather stay with your family or stay in an institution where they have been, where they will take care of you?
Well, I think this will depend mainly on the individuals. When you are elderly, you are used to certain life in your own family circle, and you enjoy your family circle. I have witnessed an old people's home in UK, and some Nigerians, because they have the means of sending their parents away, thinking that they will fit in better there and be looked after better. They don't believe anyone in Nigeria can look after their elderly people. I saw some 2 aged Nigerians there. And they were complaining saying that here we don't like the food. They are used to their type of food.
They are natural Nigerian food.
And they were complaining that they don't know anybody. You know the type of life you live if you are a foreigner in foreign land. No one even thinks about coming to be free with you as it used to be at home. So they were really saying they want to go back home. They don't like this situation. Well, when I was in my active years, I wanted to have a home where I can look after the aged, because the aged were my concern. And I approached my reverend then at that time, and he said to me, that will be a useless job because most families want to keep their old ones with them and look after them. But in this country, we are not ready to release our old people to go and be taken care of by others. It is a shameful thing to do that. So I gave up the idea. But now it has become so necessary because our young girls, young women, and younger people have to go either to school or even go to jobs. They attend to other interests outside the family so that they can really bring home what they can eat or live on. So since that has become a necessity, then we have to look back in our own environment, because sending people abroad, away, an institution, may not be the right thing. But if indeed you need that means of going out to work and come back with what can help the family, then you need someone to release you looking after the aged. But it had to be near you so that you can watch, you can see how your parents are being looked after. And the fact that they see you too encourages them, instead of keeping them too far away. But where possible, keep your own elderly people. They look after them together. Let them grow together with the children. They enjoy it better.
Okay, let's hear from Princess Gloria.
Yeah, I agree with her. I don't think wherever people can keep their parents, but these days, many children are not even around. They've jackpad. They've left the country and their parents are old. And it's really pathetic when people are old and they live alone. Feel pains, they can't do much for themselves, and there's nobody to take care of them. In the earlier days, in the villages and towns, people are able to take care of other people's children, you know, and care for the elderly. But these days, people mind their business. So I think it's a necessity. And I'm really very impressed by this Enugu home. It's just for it to be monitored so that they are really taken care of. And then many elderly ones who live alone, maybe their children send people to take care of them. Those people usually are very wicked to them. They beat them.
Yes, we hear stories.
You know, they do all kinds of things to them, just like when the younger ones leave their children at home for helpers. Same thing.
What happened?
Yes. So I think it should be formally, attention should go there, and it should be regulated.
Very vigilant.
Yeah, so that the last days, you know, so many things you can't do for yourself. So many things. They need help.
Mommy, there's something I want to ask Mommy. Final question, Mommy.
It's 8:55.
Oh, I want to ask Mommy, how did you meet Daddy, and how was it? I wanted to know about romance.
8:56. We just have to get to know that behind the scenes. But something tells me that Mom had an amazing life journey, because you can't get to these ages we're celebrating today without having amazing experiences and learning from them and impacting people in the best way possible. Like you have touched our lives in the most awesome way today.
Thank you.
May God bless you, Princess.
Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you. Ambassador Mary. It's an honor and a privilege. Well, they will take it from here. Pearl and Nunu, please, a special number for our mommies here today. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Would you dance if I asked you to dance? Would you run and never look back? Would you cry if you saw me crying? Would you save my soul tonight? Would you tremble if I touched your lips? Oh, would you laugh? Oh, please tell me this. Am I too deep? Have I lost my mind? I don't care, you're here tonight. Sing with me. I can be your hero, baby. I can kiss away the pain. I will stand by you forever. You can take my breath away. I can be your hero. I can kiss away the pain, and I will stand by you forever. You can take my breath away.
Wow, serious picture. Woo. Amazing.
Thank you.